Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They run with Sayers. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
That good for 22 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake. Love. Throws right side, and that's complete. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Throwing on first down. Love. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second and 5. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Moody. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And a Buccaneer first down.
Red! 10-2, son. You're not red. Blue dot quarters. Blue dot quarters. Check your kill. Well done. Hey, turn it up. Check out. We see it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Second and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 29.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's got Evans. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Moody. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, This is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On the set. Here's the mic. 65, 65, 65. Yeah. Switch. Box trap. And go.
They'll drop the throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
Ready. Come on. 58. Come on. Ricky. Ready. Go.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. And some room to work. 25 yards that time.
First and goal, Tampa Bay.
They come up in an offset eye.
Hey, watch the slant.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try and run it in with Jones. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll ban.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half, and you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Second and long. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moody. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
And a Buccaneer first down.
This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Check safety, check safety. Go, go. Who's that? Who's that? Is that yours? Is that yours? Who's that? You go tight. Stand. You got tight right there. Hey. Lock it. Tighten up, tighten up. Delta.
Now back to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off usually after about 3 to 4 steps and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Going to throw deep for the end zone, and this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
What you call a rookie mistake. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch the curl, watch the curls. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
They'll run with the Hall of Famer Sayers. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A run at Sayers right side. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Sayers. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning, so maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. 2 minutes to play, first half, it's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll try and run for it with Sayers. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Love. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw left side complete. It's Hoover. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Check 24, check 24, check hard, exit.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. It's fielded at the 45. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
It's caught at the 10. And finally out of bounds just inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
It's 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Go! That's it! 51 to Mike!
2nd and 9 now. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent...
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A run. This is Sayers. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Here we go. Fix the outlaw. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51.
From the gun, Love. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off at his own 47. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. A throw over the middle, taken in. A good pick up there of 20 yards. This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got his man on the crossing route. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll look to throw here. In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 13-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's a give now to Sayers. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Looking to throw. Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Love going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. In for the score as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Again, they'll run with Sayers. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
It's just me and you.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack.
Hey, let's go. Calm the crowds. I'm going to come back to you.
On fourth down, Love. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
34 yards there and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a first and 10.
Come on. Chopper. Alert 3. Watch the safety creep. Check.
He'll look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. After the sack, it's second and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Switch it. 66. Bullet drive. Under crunch. Shit. Watch. Charlie. Ready.
Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a give, right side. Dobbins, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. On 4th down, Love. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
It's caught at the 10. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 48 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football.
And now here is another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you're giving up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 1st down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
At the 22-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey. Say, Grace don't travel. Grace don't travel. Buzz. What happened?
They're going to look to throw. He completes it to Evans. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I'm here all day. Ready to go.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Mike 51, Mike 51. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
On the give, this is Sayers. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
Let's go now. Hey, pick your game.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Bucs, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.